Welcome back to Buzz TV. In a bonus segment, we have Carlos Gil with us from Real Talk, that is his show, talking about personal branding. Hello again.
It's great to be here, Steve.
I know. So let's talk a little bit about personal brand. Recently, you had a Facebook post. Now, for some of our audience that may have not seen the previous episode, you are a world-renowned content leader in social media. And so part of that was the difference between a personal brand and a corporate brand. And you recently had a post that really set off some feedback. Tell us a little bit about that.
So personal brand is a topic that's really hot, needless to say, in the world of social media today. And you have a lot of personalities, as I like to call them, that run wild all over social media. And there's almost this belief that if you want to be seen, you have to be the loudest in the room and you have to create content, which I tend to agree with, but also disagree with, because I don't think that having a personal brand is all about being loud if you want to be seen. It's really about putting out quality content and giving value to others. The other camp is folks that will disagree or argue whether you even need a personal brand if you want to be successful in the world of business today. And success can be defined by many different measures. If you have a corporate job and you make a good salary and you work there for 25 or 30 years and you retire, you can be successful without ever having a Facebook page or a Twitter account or ever creating content. So I asked the question on my Facebook profile, do you need a personal brand in order to be successful? Which really created a storm, if you will, of feedback and comments from folks that felt, one way or another. One way, yes, you absolutely need one to stand out. No, you do not need one.
So as proof in that pudding, so to speak, if it wasn't for Carlos Gil's personal brand or Steve Strum's personal brand, we literally would not be on this set right now.
We would not.
And you have a set that when you came up with the concept of Carlos Gil's Real Talk, tell us a little about the evolution. You talked about, when you were filming content by yourself, and then you got picked up by some pretty serious brands to help bring that to the next level.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a big proponent of personal branding, and I absolutely feel that, first of all, we all have a personal brand. Whether you create content online, like I do, or you're actively involved in your community, like you are, when you create content, like we're doing here in the studio on this set right now, and you have content to share, it takes your brand to a whole nother level. It amplifies your personal brand. And I often say that people relate to people. The way that business has been done historically for generations is through relationship building. So when someone can relate to you, they're going to be much more inclined to hire you for work, to give you business, and to really want to be your friend and get to know you because they see this content and it makes you much more personable and relatable, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So how my personal brand has helped me throughout the years, dating back to when I was doing pink slip parties here in Jacksonville, Florida in 2009 and 10 and 11, ultimately it was that personal brand that I created that made me be viewed as a thought leader or as an expert, dare I say, in social media. That's what's led me to get hired by companies like Winn-Dixie and Save-A-Lot and LinkedIn and others. It's also what's helped me get on stages. So in terms of what I'm doing now with NASDAQ, for the last couple of years, I was creating content on Snapchat. And again, you talk about personal branding, going back to that, there weren't a lot of marketers using Snapchat in 2014 and 2015 or 16 even, talking about using Snapchat for business or Snapchat for marketing. So I go on there and I see there's not a lot of competition in this space. I'm going to start using Snapchat as a medium to talk about marketing speak and social media and help people out. Well, I did that consistently for a couple of years. It helped grow my brand. It started affording me opportunities to go speak on stages about using Snapchat. And then I'm at a conference last year and I meet the head of social media for NASDAQ. We created some content together and he said, hey, you really seem like you're natural in this. We have a studio in San Francisco at our entrepreneurial center. You're more than welcome to use it anytime. So I really took that opportunity to have polished content with professional lighting and professional cameras and take what I was already doing on my cell phone and merge the two. And that's really where Real Talk came in. We're about 30 episodes in. It's very similar to this where I interview other guests. I also answer questions on how to apply social media in your business. And I'm going to just throw it out there. Next time you're in San Francisco, my man, we need to get you on the set at NASDAQ and record.
Well, some of the producers of the show were talking before we started filming about who is actually going to be the interviewer and the interviewee. It's a deal. I'll be there. And, I would love to see your studio. Thank you for coming in our studio. And, when we talk about you speaking around the world, you just got off a plane internationally speaking about social media. Where were you coming from? I mean, you got like yesterday.
I got it a few days ago. I was speaking in Bolivia. I was speaking at an event called EXMA to about almost 2,000 marketing executives in South America, specifically about applying social media in their business.
So if people want to find out more about Real Talk with Carlos Gil, where do they tune in?
Well, they can go to YouTube. They can go to YouTube and type in Real Talk with Carlos Gil. They can also like or subscribe my channel, which is Carlos Gil TV.
Awesome. Thank you again for joining us today on the set. Guys, thanks so much for joining us on Buzz TV. If you like us, share us. Remember, live with gratitude.